morning, everybody, or afternoon, or evening, whatever. It's good to be back in the shop. Let me see. What's up, Trail Dust? Corey, how you doing? Shane Lalone. George Anderson, you made it, buddy. All right. Mr. Parsons, what's up? How you doing, Jeff? And Mr. Maker, Danimals, Bill, Paul, everybody showing up. Alrighty. It's chilly out here. I've been huddling by the fire. So, I got a request from a buddy up in Canada. I made him a 4-pound hand hammer for tire knocking or something. He is a tire specialist, mechanic guy. And he's going the opposite direction. He wants a 6-ounce ball peen, hand forged. And I figured what better to do it with than a chunk of 3/4 A33. So I've got a couple goals today to see how this turns out. I'm going to punch the hole, or at least get the hole started, and then I'm going to cool it back down and heat up just one end, at a time, and try and upset that down to kind of give it a bit of bulk so that it's not 5 inches long. But I don't want to make it too squat because then it'll just be awkward on the handle, So it's going to be a ball peen, but not like a traditional little snub ball peen, It's just a tapping hammer, he said. So, what's up, Mr. Brunel? How y'all doing? My knuckles are frozen. Temperatures dropping, rain is happening, storms are going on, and but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and toss this in and let it come up to temp a bit. He wants a 6-ounce hammer, 6 to 8, just a lightweight hammer. That's 11 to 12, like 11 and a half ounces of metal. I figure, by the time I'm done forging it out and grinding, doing any grinds and whatnot, it'll be around, 6 to 8 ounces. I could cut a half inch off of each end, or move the center mark and that I had put on it, and cut off an inch or something like that. I'd rather keep material and take some away later than lose it and be like, oh no, this is a 2-ounce hammer. This metal's gone. So it is what it is. Yeah. What's up, Bill? So, and I believe this may be my last, or one of my last pieces of Atlantic 33 steel. So, I'm going to have to order more, or borrow the boss's truck and head up to the guild and buy some more. If I do that, I'm stocking up. I'd like to buy I'd like to have a couple $100 worth of that stuff floating around, which isn't much, a handful of hammers. While that's heating up. So, anybody giving any thought to that, the morning show's, plans? We're doing the I know I'm going to be picking up a crucible at some point and ordering some brass and tin and copper. I think I've got copper. I'm going to find some tin and brass and all that stuff and make my own bronze. And when we get to some of the bronze tooling, you know, I'm look into sand casting, but like rudimentary, I don't want to use like fully modern, you know, like Petrobond or green cast and crap like that. So, you know, figure something out. Clay. Yeah. What is Atlantic 33? It is what most of my hammers are made out of. It is a proprietary steel that is it's a water quench, no temper, awesome for hammers. You know, and yeah, also commonly called flutagon because one of the more common shapes for it is, you know, it's square but fluted. You know, it's got like waves on it. Real easy to tell the difference from other steels. It's a naval tool steel, I think, is what it is. I believe we did an episode on it for Metal of the Week once. I know I've talked about it on my show before. But Oswan, how do, buddy? Like I said, getting that up to temp. Works like butter when it's heated. Works like butter. We'll say though, I'm 50-50 on how I'm going to go about forging this. I want to shorten it up, so I'm going to be doing some upsets on it on each end. I don't think I'm going to put any fullers in it because that would stretch it out, thin it out. It's already 3/4 material. You know, but yeah. All right, let me make sure I've got and punch it with a hammer punch. Use a 3-pound hammer. Alright, so those of you who have been around know my my wood grain texture hammer. That's made out of 3/4 that's pretty much what I'm making. It just, instead of a flat thing, I'm doing crunching that down and making it a ball peen. Metal Man, what's up, Kenny? Okay. And the reason I'm not upsetting it before I start the hole is I want a nice, even, and flat surface to work with here. some. That's better. Yeah. If you're gonna rent a shop to animals, make sure you can, make money to offset it. But if you already do metalworking and you need a bigger shop, yeah. Hey, Chaz. All right. Yeah. Let it roll. Multiple walkways and a mat. That's like my shop. Now keeping this straight, especially when I'm upsetting it, is a bit tricky. But, and y'all know how I am with upsetting. But I'm going to take it a little slow and make sure that I do it right. What's up, Barf? Mr. Bar Run Forge, how you doing? T-Roy. The cool thing about this steel is it is water quench, so I can cool down portions that I need to keep cool. Hey, Paul. Alrighty. Now A33 is water. It's a water quench steel. Hood's working great, Troy. Plenty of room. You know, it's quite a bit. I find it quite a bit better than the barrel hood. In addition to having more room for working, there's more room to hold smoke and then pull it out before, you know, it poofs out. You know. And y'all can't see it, but right above this opening, I put a smoke shelf in, so that as the smoke goes up and around, it hits that, and instead of coming down over the front, it circles there. Alrighty. Got the little plug out. Now, I believe, if I recall, for this hammer, I don't need to switch drifts. I just need to widen it using my punch, because it's the same shape. Now, I'm going to drift it a little bit with that to the point where I can hold it with it, and then using that, hopefully, kind of upset using it. Adios, Troy. However, again, I can stiffen the middle, I can cool the middle and then use the table here to upset. I kind of should drift it while I have it the hole where make it a little bit easier, methinks. Yeah, it's a bit of a process. I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. Like Mr. Wheel said at the beginning, upset the whole thing into a block and then drift it. But, I'm not looking to make a, like a 1-inch square, or 1-inch piece. I'm looking at making something that has a little bit of a flair, So, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Hey, Jeff. All right, yep. It is going nice and even. One sec. So far, so good. Yep, smoosh that like button. What's up, Mark? Working on your hammer. All right. So once I get this sized to where I want it, I can hold it and upset it. Alright, one thing I have to keep aware of is that I'm not going to a standard hammer. And that's pretty dang close to where I need it. You know, if I'll switch over Try and find a way y'all can see the... Yeah, that's pretty close to where I need it. What was my start material, Jeff? It was 3/4 inch Atlantic 33, about 5 inches long. So I'm going for that hourglass shape in the eye. That is about there. I know y'all can't see it clearly, but yeah, I've got like a nice hourglass shape in the eye. Hey, Ouroboros. Miss Caitlin. How do? That there is more or less done for the eye. I'll do some final shaping. It is not exactly wide enough yet, but it is pretty close. Now just heating an end up. Mr. Lotus, how do? All right. Trying to control where this heat is. If I had enough oxyacetylene, that's one way I could do it, is have the oxyacetylene running and literally just heat up the very, very, very end and flare it out. You see. Again, going to cool off the bottom of it, or the other side of it. There's a reason I didn't do that, Ouroboros, is the style that I wanted was a very narrow waist, I guess. Much like this. You can see up in the top where it flares out. And if I do that, it is very difficult to punch the eye. I don't have. I mean, I could make a bolster kind of thing to hold it in the position. But yeah. For the style that I'm going, the reason there's a reason I didn't upset first, because you are correct. You are absolutely correct. Had I decided to, I could have turned this in, this 5" by 3/4 inch into like a 4" by 1" bar stock, and then punched it and gone from there. And I thought about it. I did think about that, but I would lose one of the features that I like about doing a small, like my leafing hammer, my wood grain hammer, And to be 100% fair, and Marcus, if you're still listening, if this exact thing does not work out the way I think it will, that's what I'll do. I'll get another piece of steel and I'll make a different hammer. Narrowing the waist with the eye there would be just as, you know, you'd be fighting the eye. You know. Plus, Caitlin, I mean, again, don't get me wrong, you are correct in the way you're thinking. But along that line of there's multiple ways to skin a cat, when I upset something, even, you know, I suck at upsetting an entire bar. So I end up with a flared end anyway. So, kind of embracing the suck at upset that is Yamez and making it into a style. Oof. See, right there I heated up the eye. I need to cool that off some. Or that will distort the eye. Accept the suck. Oh, that's rough, Caitlin. That's rough. Now I'm pretty close to where I kind of want to be with this. Because that's another thing, is I don't want it to be a squat little, you know, it's going to have about that size of a handle. Let me switch cameras again. You know, so I want it to be kind of proportionate. You know what I mean? I do have a decent collection of hammers, not as, you know, filled out as some other people out there, but I do have a nice collection. Now, again, I will also reiterate. I'm going for a 6 to 8 ounce ball peen hammer using about 11 ounces of material. So I can shave some off. My plan here to keep it balanced is to upset the other end And much like you would a normal upset, instead of getting that flare look, because it will be a ball peen, upset square, upset more, basically build it into a chunk in the end, and then do maybe a light fuller, and then pretty much I'm going to grind it into a ball peen instead of forging it into a ball peen to lose some of that material, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. No lava texturing tools? And again, cooling off the end that I'm not working. And that right there is also why I'm primarily using the table instead of the hardened face. Yeah, Jeff. Forging the ball on a ball peen, you can forge the rough shape pretty easily just by forging it with, basically using another ball peen to tap it around, much like you would forging a ball end finial. But I have to get this whole end hot and then quench it as needed. Yep, 20 likes and 17 viewers. Haha! Means people are leaving. Oh. Cormules, how do? Now I'll show you all where I'm at so far. I guess I got to hold it up here. I got that flattened end, and then this end that I'm holding with the tongs is widening up nicely. Hey, Troy. All right. Now, there is going to be a little bit of readjustments once I get the what's it called? Once I get the faces upset, I will go ahead and retweak it a little bit with the eye just to re-straighten everything out. Hey, Dylan. $22 likes currently. I'm just doing some tweaks right now. Voodoo. All right. Just trying to realign the faces. Actually, that's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. That actually is very, very well proportioned, you know. Can't. You know, it's straight. So what'll happen is this will be the face of it, and then this I will, you know, this fat spot I will grind down into a ball, and yeah, I'll clean up some of the sides of it real good. How close am I to a handle? Pretty close. Yeah, not the mass is going to be lost at the grinder. Is this a jeweler's hammer? No, it's a buddy of mine up in Canada, Marcus. He's a tire technician, tire specialist, tire guy. And I don't mean like, you know, Walmart puts you in the mechanics department and, you know, makes you change tires, you know, for a living. You know, I mean, like, the tires that he works on are twice the size of me. You know, they're like farm agricultural tires. And I don't know if Mark is still in or not. And you know, so I made him, you know, like a beefy blacksmith, you know, rounding hammer style. This is also going to be one of his probably. He'll probably get that from me. But you know, a nice big hefty hammer for beating the crap out of these rims and stuff. You know, for knocking them off the whatever. I to this day I don't exactly know. and he just fell in love with the tool. Goes, this is awesome, you know. And then he asked me the other day about making you know, a 6-ounce ball peen. I'm like, for what? Yeah, is this like something that needs to be struck? And he said sharp ball peen. So I'm like, not knowing tires, I'm like, is this something for installing, tire spikes for snow tires? And he goes, no, just for tinkering. Just put something in the vise and tap 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 at it. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. No idea, Danimals. No idea. Truly no idea. I think he's setting up for dinner right now, so. But, yeah. So, is what it is. But, might be for wheel weights. I don't know. It's for things, stuff, and other items. Let's see. One of those. I have one in the body hammer set in the garage. Yeah. Right, John? Bullet-shaped peen. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Hey, Phil Works. However, as opposed to a traditional ball peen, where, the fullers and all of that stuff, and it's like it looks like a little ball on the end, I am going the different route, and it's pretty much just going to be almost like a bullet would be a good apt description. A bullet on one side and then that spread out striking surface on the other side. I think it'll be very unique. And I very well may do quite a bit of discretionary grinding to bring out a bit of shine to it, I will say this, I finished the forging aspect of that a little quicker than I thought. I'm leaving the fire running. Let me cool this down. Leaving the fire running so that I can toss this in there, get it nice and hot, and then let it kneel down, because I did so many cooling cycles. But yeah, so it'll have this flared striking end, and then this will be kind of a bullet. But I think that there are some nice lines on this that can be brought out with the grinder, Don't you? I mean, is it just me, or is that got kind of a nice little shape, if you can picture in your head what I'm thinking? Yeah. get a kick out of the guys who use one hammer and tip, turn and dig edges in, etc., and then have a rack with 100 hammers. Oh yeah. There you go, Phil Works. Yeah, so like a 2-pound ball peen kind of thing. Because again, this end right here is going to be a bullet. You know, like a ball peen end. But as opposed to doing fullers, it's going to be more bullet shaped than, you know, a fullered ball on the end of a hammer. But what I'll probably do is get this heated up and then let it anneal in the coal as the coal cools down. Rounder, but with the curve you have. Right, there you go. Yeah. I think I can grind in and really accentuate, you know, what we got here. Tactical ball peen. So I'm going to put this in here. Raise the temperature a bit. Get it up to critical. And then let it just chillax. Yeah, Robert, that's actually what he asked for, is a sharp ball peen. And I was a bit confused at first because I've only known ball peens to be balls. But until I remembered, I have a small ball peen that is a little bit sharper of a point. I do have vermiculite, yes, but I've got the coal running, so I might as well use that. As you let it cool down in the coal, it works just as good, I find. Especially with A33. A33 is such an easy metal to work with. I could, Dylan, I could actually grind that in. Remember, I'm going for 6 to 8 ounces, and I started with like 11 something. So if anything, this isn't quite an annealing cycle as much as it is a normalizing all the stress from heating it up, cooling it down, heating it up, cooling it down. Yeah, right, Paul? Right now, right now is when I would burn it. After I'm done forging it. But yeah, kind of call it normalizing. Maybe a spaceship. Not a freedom seed. But like the nose cone of of one of the SpaceX rockets. Like get it all smooth and everything, and then like chisel in like the what is it, the front windshield and the lines make it look like a spaceship. Freedom seed. Made by Cormulus. I burned the cheeks of a rounding hammer not too long ago. Oof. Oof. Make it an eggcorn. Yeah, all that fun stuff. Preheating the vermiculite. I'm not preheating the vermiculite. Holler! Small scout stuff. What's up? What's up? Bill Corey, Atlantic 33 is not an air hardening steel. It is a water quench steel. Yep, new names, always. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This video brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. All right. Yeah, the A stands for Atlantis. It's Atlantis 33. Where's Speargrass? It's Atlantis 33. Yep, Mr. Maker, you ain't missing much. I'm basically doing this and then calling it a night before the rain really hits. It was raining crazy right around here for a bit, and then it just all of a sudden stopped. But, we are surrounded by some big old clouds, so it could literally start up, at any minute. Yeah, Bob over in Richmond's getting slammed. There's your puff. But yeah, I think basically I'm waiting for this. To cool to a relatively safe. Let me do this. That didn't exactly do much of anything. Yeah. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a show. For those of you who are new, we do the Good Night Fire, and this is the first Good Night Fire of the new year. Because last live stream was, or my last Forging live stream was actually the 31st because I had Bob here. So, yeah. Should be back to my normal schedule now. And all will be good. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? You know? Oh no, I'm going to feed the horses on time tonight. Oh, yeah, tell them to thank me. You know? Yep. Good night, fire. Good night, coal. Good night, embers. Good night, glow. Good night, hammer. Good night, tongs in the rack. Good night, steel. From yellow to black. Anvil is quiet. Still as the tweer. Good night, blacksmiths. Everywhere. Everybody blow out the candle. It's hard to say who got it. I still need to make that into a separate video. But thanks, guys. Y'all are fantastic. I will see you all next week. And yeah, have a great night. Bye now.